Bienvenido. Welcome to lesson 4. In this lesson, you're going to learn one of the most important English verbs, the verb to have. You're also going to learn the numbers and the numbers of order. We call them the ordinal numbers. After learning these, you're going to learn how to say the date, la fecha, the date in English. So here we have the contents, vocabulary. Tenemos que aprender. We have to learn the vocabulary. Okay? Then we have the verb to have, the numbers that indicate the order of things. How to tell the time. How to tell the time. And the days of the week, the months of the year. In the vocabulary, the first word we have is the verb to have. Has is the third person singular. Has. Think of the verb to do and does. And then we have number, numero, numbers. Okay, the first numbers are 1 to 10. Then we have some ordinal numbers, first, second, third. We have some examples of these. We're going to learn them in bigger depth, in greater depth. Then we have the months, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. We have the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have hour, day, week, month, year. Time, o'clock. That's how to say the actual hour. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Okay? Temprano, early, and late. So you learn all these words, and then we have the verb to have. To have, meaning tener. So we have I have, you have, but third person singular changes to has. He has, she has, and it has. It has. We have a car, you have a car, they have. So like all English verbs, third person singular is different. Let's look at the verb to have. Now, I like to use the internet to study. I study Spanish, and there are many different websites we can visit. For example, here I have one called Leo Network. Leo Network. It has everything: adjectives, adverbials, adverbs. We're looking for the verb to have. So we go down, we can find verbs, action verbs, auxiliary verbs, irregular verbs, modal verbs. Okay? And some very important verbs. Here we have the verb to have. So we click on that. And slowly we get the verb to have in all its forms. Okay, the verb to have. Let's look at it. Have is one of the most common verbs in the English language. As a main verb, to have implies the meaning of possession. For example, I have a job. I have a car. I don't have any time. Okay? When it is used to indicate possession, you can say I have, or you might hear I have got. Also, it's another form of the verb I have got. So we say I have a shower every day. Tengo una ducha cada día. Let's look at the form of the verb. Question: do I have? Do I have the time? Do I have a friend? You can see here we also have the form have I got. It's different. Okay, have I got? Positive statement, I have. Yo tengo un coche. I have a car. And negative, I have not. Okay, and you can see the contractions. I've, or I haven't, with he, she, and it. It's the verb has. We spell it has. Okay, but when we use it in a question form, we say does. You know, we use the auxiliary verb do. So does she have? Does she have a car? Does he have a car? Okay, and in the negative we can say there are two forms. He hasn't got, or he does not have. He does not have. Okay, so you can study all these and you can look at the examples. Sometimes have is used as an auxiliary verb. We use that in different tenses, but we're not going to learn those now because they come in a later lesson. Okay, so the verb to have. Yo tengo un coche. I have a car. Now, you could look on another site for the same thing in Spanish, for an explanation in Spanish. For example, here, gramática inglesa, verbo, to have. I have a new car. Tengo un coche nuevo. Okay? And you have all the different explanations in Spanish. There are many, many different web pages you can look at. Okay? Now, when you have learned the verb to have, and please spend a long time looking at this verb, maybe one day, quizá un día, okay, looking at the verb to have. Then we move on to the numbers. You can listen to the recordings and get your pronunciation correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay? You can also find a site to look at the numbers in Spanish and compare them. After 10, we have 11 and 12. And then we go to 13, 14, 15, etc. to 20. Then you see the form 21, 22, 23, etc. till you get to 29, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, etc. 40, 41, 42. Okay? So, for example, 30, 36, 36. 37, 37. 38, 38. Now, we don't say e, we don't say and, we don't say 30 and 8. We only say 38. Now we do use we do use the word and after 100. So after 100 we say 101 or 121 or 150, 150, 200, 201, 202, until we get to 1000, and it's the same structure as the Mizmor. 1001, 1002, etc. Okay? It says here, the only difference is that in English they use the word and after 100. So 110, 111, 141, for example. In this exercise, you're going to translate the following sentences to Spanish. So you say, I have one car. Yo tengo un coche. Okay? Or you have 2 brothers and 3 sisters. Tú tienes 2 hermanos y 3 hermanas. Now you can try. What would this be? She has 15 friends. Ella tiene 15 amigos. Okay, this is more difficult. We have 250 neighbors. Nosotros tenemos 250 vecinos. 250 neighbors. Neighbors, vecinos. You translate those. And then we're going to look at the numbers that indicate the order of things. That indicate the order of things. So we have first, second, third. These are different. First, second, third. If I was to write these in number form, I would write first, second, third, fourth. Now fourth is good because after fourth all the numbers are the same, like this: fifth, sixth, seventh, okay, all the way till 10th, the same structure, and then 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Okay, you have to look these up and learn them because they're very important. Okay, we get to 20th in the same structure with the TH, and then we start again. If we're writing numbers, I have to say 21st, like that. 22nd, okay, 22nd, 23rd, and then we go back to the TH, 24th, 25th, etc. Okay, up till 30th, and then we start again. 31st, 32nd, 33rd, and then 34th with the th. Okay, so first, second, and third have a different structure. Now, you can write the letters in English after listening to the recording or listening to me. You have to write all these numbers. So segundo, second. Okay, second. How would you write that in words? We know how to write it in numbers. In numbers, we write it like this: second. Excuse me. I'll show you on the screen. Second. Okay, but if we were writing it second, like this, second, and decimo, 10th, we write it like this: 10th, 10th. Then, for example, you have 254, 254, 254. We write it like this: 200. I'm going to write it very slowly. And, muy importante, and 50 with a hyphen, 4. So we have it like that: 254, 356. Okay. Now you have to do the same in English, and you have to translate these to Spanish, okay? Or with the numbers: 172, 172. That's very easy. 172. Okay, 3,513. How would we write that in numbers? 3,513. Like that. 3,513. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the time. The time. How to tell the time. Okay. In Spanish it says how to say the hour. But in the English we say tell the time. To tell the time. You have an explanation here. To ask the hour, you say, what time is it? Por favor. ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? Okay, we say, to answer, para contestar, to answer, we say, it is. For example, it is 7 o'clock. It is, here's the example, it is 11 o'clock. Son las 11. Okay? It is 11 o'clock. Now we only use o'clock when we say una hora justa, when it's just the hour. Okay? So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, etc. But after this we don't say o'clock. Okay? After this we say, for example, cuando son las 11:15, we say it is 11:15. It is 11:15. So in the exercise 4.6, translate the following times to English. Remember to use, always use, it is. Okay? It is. For singular and plural. Okay? Okay? So here, what would we say? We would say, it is 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. Okay, because we can make a contraction with it is. Look. It is 3 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock. Okay, but we can make a contraction. We can say it's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. Okay, this is the contraction of it is. So we can say it's 4:20. It's 4:20. Hay otras formas también. Okay, we can also say it is 20 past 4. But let's keep it simple. We can say it's 4:20. Okay, it's 8:10. Or you could say 10 past 8, but it's 8:10. Okay, when we say y 30, okay, in English we say, okay, you can say it's 9:30. It is 9:30. You can also say it's half past 9, like this. It's 9:30. Okay, or it is 9:30. Okay, so here you have son las 3:45. In English we would say it is 3:45. Sin and, huh? We don't use it. No usamos and. We say it is 3:45. It is 3:45. So you practice that. Very important. The days and the weeks and the months of the year. We can write it in different ways, in various ways, okay? It's not always the same. It's not always the same, but this is a very simple way of saying it. Very simple way of saying it. The dates. Now, we write it like this. This is the date. December 12, 1942. December 12, 1942. January 15, 2005. Okay. Now, it's better to say December the 12th. It's like, what's the date? What is the date? It is December the 12th, 1942. Okay? But this is how we write it. December 12th. 1942. 2005. 2005. So translate the following sentences to Spanish. What date is today? ¿Qué fecha? ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Today, hoy. Today is February 28, 2003. Okay? Febrero 28, 2003. Okay, so you can translate all these. There are 7 days in a week. There are 12 months in the year. Hay 7 días en una semana. O hay 12 meses en un año. Like that. May is the 5th month. Here you have your ordinal number. Mayo is el quinto mes. Okay? She has 7 dogs. This is using the verb has. She has 7 dogs. Now this is quite a difficult exercise. Okay? In letters, you have to write the following dates. Okay? So what would the first one be? Very simple actually. We would say August the 4th, 1810. Okay? So Augusto 4. That's the, we say August 4, is how we're learning to write it. Now, 1810, if we write that, it's more difficult. 1800 and 10. 1810. Now you write these and you translate all those. There's a lot of them. When you're finished, you will understand. Okay? Listen to these following sentences. Very important. What time is it? It is 12:45. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 12:45. It is 6:30. It is 6:30. Okay? It is early. Es temprano. It is 11 o'clock. It is late. What date is today? ¿Qué fecha es hoy? Okay, so you can learn all these different ways of asking about the time. Many, many different ways. Exercise 4.10. You have to translate the following sentences to English. Okay? What date is it today? What date is today? What is the time? It is 8 o'clock. What is the time? It is 7:40. Okay? A lot of exercises to do. Okay? So after you do this, ¿qué hora es? Literally, what hour is it? But in English we say, what time is it? Okay? Remember that. If you're asking somebody the time. Por favor, perdón. ¿Qué hora es? In English we say, excuse me. We write that like this. Perdón. Excuse me. And then we say, what time? What time is it? With one question mark, like that. What time is it? What time is it? Or very politely, you'd say, ¿Me puedo decir la hora, por favor? Okay, you would say, oh, can you please tell me the time? Can you please tell me the time? Okay? Now the exception, as I said, it is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And then it is 1:05, or it is 5 minutes past 1. It is 10 minutes past 1. Or it's 1:10. ¿Qué es más fácil para ti? It is 5 minutes past 1, or it is 1:05. You decide. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in lesson 5. Bye-bye.